This podcast is being recorded on Turrbal land. Wattle Tree Media team pays our respects to the traditional custodians of this country and elders past and present, for they will always be the first artists and storytellers of this land. We extend this respect to any First Nations, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people joining us today.
Hi, I'm Olivia.
And I'm Lily.
And welcome to the Wattle Pod.
We are so excited to be here.
Yes.
We started Wattle Tree, how many months ago is it now? In June last year, so 7 months. It's about 7 months ago. Did I think we were going to be doing a podcast by now? No. Do we have the space for it in our house? No.
It's a bit squishy, but
It's a bit squishy
you don't
in
need
here.
to know. You don't need to know how messy it is.
So welcome to the Wattle Pod.
Since it's 2025, New Year's resolutions, it's around that time, even though it's almost February. Well, when this comes out, it will be February, but still, I think it's still relevant. Yeah. We're going to be talking about our goals for this year. So our goals for Wattle Tree, our personal career goals, and just our personal goals. So if you don't really know us, this is your chance to kind of get to know us. But in future episodes, it will be more film-based.
Today, we're just going to get to know each other a little bit. Well, what are we doing this year? We're doing this podcast.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the first thing. A few of you might be wondering, gosh, do we just have to sit here and listen to you yap every single week? And while we do love a yap, we're professional yappers. We don't want this podcast to just be where we yap at you.
As much as I'd love to do that.
We're inviting you to sit on our green couch. Can't see that it's green, but it is green under the wattle blanket. This podcast is it's for everyone. But we really want to talk to the young filmmakers. We want you to interact. Yeah. We want you to ask questions. We want to have guests on. We want to have people on. This isn't just going to be us talking at you every single week. Then we want you to send through Q&As. Yes. And we want you to say, oh, that episode was really boring. And then we'll know. Okay. So let's have a talk about why we started Wattle Tree.
Yeah,
let's have a talk about that. Because I'm thinking there might be some new audiences with this new form of media.
Yeah.
We've told the story a million times,
yes.
But for those of you who don't know, Liv and I met on a film camp in Winton.
Yeah. 3
years ago now.
Where we fell in love.
With
filmmaking.
And we were the only people to go on the camp. It only ran for 2 years. And we went, well, it might come back, but
hopefully
it only went for 2 years.
Yeah.
We were the only ones to go for 2 years.
Yeah.
And then we reconnected over the actor festival. I stayed at your house.
Yeah. And then we went to uni, and then because I offered for you to stay at mine, you're like, oh, you can stay at mine a couple of days of uni. And then I moved in.
Yeah, so she's been scabbing off me ever since.
Yes, exactly. Because it's such a good idea as friends to live together, work together.
I mean, we make it work, guys. We make it work. Well, that's the thing though, is when you're a co-owner, it's safe to do it with a sibling, because sibling, you're kind of always gonna forgive each other and whatever, but it's scary going into a business with someone. Yeah. You're not necessarily bounded by...
No. Well, we're bounded now because Wattle Tree's our child.
Yeah, Wattle Tree is our child.
We share custody.
Yes, we share custody. But, you know what I mean? But I just, we couldn't have done it with any other people. We could only have done it with each other.
I think because we're both neurodivergent, we have a lot of patience for each other and we understand how each other work.
Yeah.
So I think
because we've lived our lives with... You create your own little systems.
Yes.
When you have brains like ours.
Yeah.
And because our brains are similar, our systems are quite similar.
Yeah.
But they're different from everyone else's.
Yes.
Yes, so we started Wattle Tree.
Yes. We started Wattle Tree.
Here we are. Because we were in film school and it wasn't hands-on enough.
No. And we're very hands-on people.
Yeah, we are very, again, neurodivergent. We're very hands-on people.
Yeah.
But in the film industry, there's only so much you can learn by sitting at a desk.
Yeah.
You've got to get your hands on.
Absolutely.
With your feet on a set.
Yeah.
Like in the set. Like that's where you want to be in that environment. That is where you learn. It's kind of like driving a car in the sense that, you know, when you're on your L's and you're learning to drive and you've got to have someone in the passenger seat. Like there's only so much you can learn when you've got someone there.
Yeah. You can be told to do something.
Yeah. It's the same with filmmaking. We wanted to create an environment where there's no teachers, there's no lecturers, there's no staff. It is just a room full of like-minded young creatives who are there trying to replicate set as like an industry standard set as much to our knowledge. And there's room to make mistakes because it's low budget. So a mistake doesn't cost money. Well, it costs money, but doesn't cost
thousands of dollars.
Yeah, it doesn't cost thousands of dollars. It's also not going to lose you a mark at uni.
Yeah. On our sets, it gives people our age an opportunity to be a director, to try out being a cinematographer or a soundie and get to know those positions. Because another thing we do on our sets is we try not to have reoccurring characters. We try to mix it up or if we are having a different person, to put them on a different role as well.
Yeah, like we don't repeat the same crew. Like we won't have the same director 2 times in a row.
Yes, I think there's one person that one role that we've had the same person.
There's been a couple of people who have returned, but
not the same.
Popped them in different roles.
Yes.
So that it's always rotating and people are always exploring, you know, do I like being in a minor role or do I like being in a leadership role?
Yeah.
So all in all, like our motivation is for young filmmakers, young and emerging filmmakers. We want to take you in because we are young emerging filmmakers. Yeah. We are by no means any more knowledgeable than anyone else. We have just created the space for our peers and for our like-minded friends.
A space to play.
A space to play. Have a play.
It's like in kindy when you play house.
Yeah.
Like that's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing.
It's just like, I'm the mum, you're the dad.
Yes. Yeah. And like we replicate. We replicate industry standard to as much as we know.
Yeah.
We
are constantly learning.
We are constantly learning.
We are students too.
Yeah, and it's just a great experience, and it's also a great networking opportunity, especially like uni students. You do a lot of socializing with each other, but just because you are socializing with someone doesn't necessarily mean you would work well together.
Yes.
You literally get to figure out the answer to the question, I wonder if they're any good to work with by working with them.
Yeah, exactly. So our goals for this year, our goals for 2025.
Podcast is one of them, so tick, done, go us.
Second box would be me directing our next film.
Yes.
So
we
exciting.
do have a project coming up this year once Visionary is released. Hint number 1, it'll be an all-female crew.
Which I'm so excited about.
Hint number 2, we are contemplating doing a fundraising event.
Yes, and having some very interesting guests.
Yes.
Talk about some heavy topics.
Yeah.
But things that we need to speak about.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Because we're filmmakers. Our job is literally to build suspense. Yeah.
Yeah. So
what's another goal we've got for this year?
More short form content.
More short film. Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
That's something we really need to explore. We have noticed we kind of got
no, we've got more films that go like between 5 to 10 minutes, and I think it would be good to do more 1 to 2 minutes.
Yeah. And in your job, because I kind of hear things but I don't really know. Like what would you like to see our page look like?
Ooh, okay. I would like a lot more engagement when it comes to like people commenting, especially nice things, because we've also gotten some not nice things comments, which to me is crazy.
I think also we need to move on to TikTok a bit more, like we're focusing on Instagram.
Yes.
So developing that TikTok presence as well will be good as another goal.
Yeah.
Posting more in our stories. You know, because like the post that because we love seeing you guys like things, and we love seeing you guys
Yes.
click like or comment or whatever. And the times when most of you do that are when it's just us talking on our story.
Yeah.
Or us asking questions on our story. So I think we're going to do a lot more of that. So if you guys can keep that up, we would love to keep to give you more.
Yeah.
Okay. And from my perspective, like admin operations side of things, another goal, I guess, for us would be, you know, our sets, they do get smoother and they do get more organized each time.
Yes.
There was room for improvement in some areas.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just keeping everyone informed and up to date with communication, which hasn't always been the fault of us, but if it's on a Wattle Tree set, it is our fault.
Yeah.
So we've got to, I think, from an operations standpoint, I think there's a lot of improvement that we can put into place for the next set.
Yes.
And that's what it's all about, though, is as long as this one is better than the last one.
That's all we care
And
about.
this one is better than the last one, and then the next one is better than the last one. That's all we care about. We just care about it going up
and moving
and not
forward.
down.
Yeah.
When we have us together, we discuss things and we go, yep, that's a good idea. And then because we know about it, we sometimes forget other people. We haven't told other people.
Yes.
So like, we know the plan and we're set on the plan.
But not everyone else is.
But not everyone else is. We've been a bit rushed, I think. So I think that will help.
Anything else you want to?
That's kind of it. I just think more organisation.
Or what about like some big goals that we have?
Yeah, big goals.
I think like big goals for Wattle Tree.
Big goals for Wattle Tree.
I think a big goal for Wattle Tree would be a feature film.
A feature film.
Yes.
A lot of people thought we were going to do a feature film.
I know.
When we asked for predictions on what we were announcing.
You think so much of us.
Guys.
It's just a podcast. Sorry to disappoint.
Sorry to disappoint you.
I mean, like we have got some ideas brewing of what we'd like to do. I would love for us to make a feature film. I don't think that's a 2025 goal. I think that's
2026.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as well as goals for Wattle Tree, we also have our individual paths, because even though we do this together, this is only one element of our career.
Yeah.
So what are your goals for this year, Liv?
Okay. Well, as much as I love being a producer, production design and cinematography just has my heart.
Okay.
So I would love to go more down that avenue, because last year I did everything but what I wanted to do, and that was purposeful because I wanted to just give everything a go.
Yeah, of course. In your first year of uni, you're just trying to get a taste of everything.
Yeah.
Taste the charcuterie board.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be a lot more strict now, because I think I was happy to just take a step back and just go like, yep, you could do that thing, you do that thing, I'll just take what's left. I'm going to try not to do that as much now. I'm going to be a bit more dominant when it comes to, no, I would like to do cinematography. Please put me as a cinematographer or the production design.
Sure.
Mostly cinematography, because I've barely gotten to play with the camera and I love my cameras.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd say those are my career
So you're going to
goals.
focus on what you love this year.
Yeah.
Great.
What about
my
you?
personal goals. Well, I've left uni.
Dun dun dun. Lily has left
I have
film
left
school.
film school. This is what, like, when I try to explain this to, my family and things like that.
Yes, because they hear dropping out of uni.
They
and
hear
it's
dropping out
alarm
of uni and
bells.
they go, what?
Yeah.
No. Like, I haven't left. I've deferred for a year, so I can always come back if I like. This year, I'm going into looking at the business side of things. Film is an art and a business.
Yes, absolutely.
I've just always been an organized spreadsheet person.
Yes, you have.
Yes, I have. I make
Yes, she has.
spreadsheets when I don't have to. I make Excel spreadsheets on my life plan. I make an Excel spreadsheet for a grocery list, for my own personal budgets. Like,
I live with Lily. This is 100% true. Help me. Personal goals for us as humans. Okay. If you know me personally, you would know I am a little ball of anxiety. So I would like to learn how to turn that tiger into a kitty. would be what I want to do this year.
Yeah, I guess my personal goals is
Sorry, I forgot to ask. Lily, what's your personal goal?
Thanks.
So
it's
natural.
Finally my turn. God, that took forever. My personal goals. Sorry. Yeah, so my personal goals.
Yeah, so what are your personal goals?
Ask me again.
Hey, Lily, what are your personal goals?
Girl, Olivia.
Ask me again. My personal goals. My personal goals. Here's the thing. No one else finds us funny other than ourselves.
No.
Okay. My personal goals. I guess my personal goals are to practice mindfulness a bit more and to get into a routine. Do some yoga like I've been doing. Have a cup of tea. Get into the day.
So my bed's in the living room and I have woken up a couple of times to Lily doing downward dog.
Going, what the hell is she doing?
Yeah.
On all fours on the floor.
It is 7 a.m.
It is 7 a.m. Why are you
Yeah.
doing cat cow? We promise not every episode will be just us yapping about ourselves.
No, this
Oh my
is
God,
just...
look at us. We're on a rant. We love ourselves so much. No, this is just kind of us, you getting to know us and what our
we
goals
just
are.
thought since we're going into the new year, this would be a relevant topic.
Yeah,
but
to do our New Year's resolutions.
Yeah, so I know this episode has mostly just been us yapping about ourselves, but in the next episode, we'll be talking about the actor awards, which is kind of like the Aussie Oscars. And
we're going to talk about our experience from last year, because Liv and I went last year. We're also going this year, and by the time you hear the episode, we'll be there when it is released.
We will actually. Well, because we're going to talk about our predictions.
Yeah. But
But then also like of who's going to win. But the winners would have already been announced by the time it comes out. So I think that'll be interesting as a viewer. Yeah, because I sneak peek, I went to the hospital. So that will be,
You went from the red carpet to the hospital bed.
Yeah, that's a good title. We might name the title. Anyway,
all right.
Yeah. All right,
Episode, that's a
episode
wrap on our first episode.
Woo! Yay! Go us. Bye, guys. Bye.